Good day, everyone, and welcome. Today is World Intellectual Property Day, and the theme is Women and IP Accelerating Innovation and Creativity. We are celebrating the can-do attitude of women, inventors, creators, and entrepreneurs around the world and their groundbreaking work. And I'm so pleased today we have TRISHA Cararara, CEO, Creative Director, Project Facilitator of Elijah's Prince, Jamaica. Welcome, TRISHA.
Thank you, Mr. Page, for having me. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to your listeners, wherever they are in the world.
And they are all over the world. TRISHA, before we get going, tell us a bit about yourself and your family background.
So I am TRISHA Cararara. I was raised in St. Andrew, Jamaica. It's a total of 7 children. Nieces, 4 nieces, and I have 2 children, a son and a daughter. I have always been interested in using my hands to get things done. I've always liked painting, anything that is seen as masculine, some way, somehow is what I gravitated towards. And I'm always creating. I've always liked the concept of finding solutions to problems, no matter what it is. It's something that has always excited me. Being involved with children is something that always got my juices flowing. It's something that I continue to enjoy doing, and now older in a different capacity. I am fun-loving, straightforward, no nonsense. I'm back to fun-loving again. My daughter has often said to me that I behave like the child and she behaves like the parent, but it keeps me young. That's my excuse.
Good. Excellent. Thanks for that. So TRISHA, as we celebrate and acknowledge the value of intellectual property today, on World Intellectual Property Day, the theme is, as I mentioned, Women and IP, Accelerating Innovation and Creativity. As a creative based in Jamaica, how have you engaged with the services of the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office?
Jamaica Intellectual Property Office is maybe my 5th home, because as a creative, as an author, as a creator of digital content, intellectual property and protecting that and understanding the importance of protecting that is very crucial to me. And so I have visited their office. Their staff is actually very fantastic. As I've said to persons, I have no issues asking the stupid questions. And everyone I've engaged at the Jamaica Intellectual Property has been more than accommodating in answering the questions, which has provided me with information to make best practice, take best practice actions as it relates to, 1, the books, or even a simple thing as writing a proposal. It's my work, and a lot of persons don't understand that something of that nature deserves to be protected. Understanding the different formats of protecting is also important. So the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office is one that I do call often, and I do visit to just make sure that I am on the right track.
Excellent. So, as an author of several books designed for youth development, what age group are the books intended for?
So it's actually intended for early childhood to young adults. And I smile because early childhood children are actually my favorite age group. But early childhood to young adults, so the primary level, secondary level, and when I say young adults, it's whether you're in school or not. The book ranges from career guides into interest guides for the early childhood students, mentorship, self-discovery, journals, and along the lines of that, you will learn things about skill development and how to better position yourself to improve professionally as well as personally.
Okay. So how do you see individuals or institutions using the books to help with the development of young people?
So the books are ideal for, as you just mentioned, individuals. It's also ideal for group sessions. It can be used in schools. It could be used at home, in a church, place of worship. The books are also ideal to be used in, for example, corporates. And they're having engagement sessions with students. The books are also ideal for that. So one of the things that can happen is parent to child or caregiver to child using, for example, the career guide or the interest guide for early childhood student. It one allows for dialogue and it helps persons to better understand their children. In that process, it helps to build the relationship between caregiver and child. As it relates to the institution, we really don't have enough mentors to meet the needs of the mentees. So what the books allow for is group sessions. So at least there's a seed being planted, there's interaction taking place, there's conversation taking place, there is development taking place, because the books are ideal for both individual and group sessions, basically in any space. At home, in your gated community, you grab some kids together and you start the conversation.
Excellent. These days, we talk about the 21st century learning and skills of, collaboration, creativity, communication, critical thinking. So what do you believe are the most important personal development skills for young people to learn?
Young people, I would safely say communication. Why communication? Because in communicating, you not only are you speaking, but you are also listening. In communicating, you are writing, and in this day and age, texting. And through communication, we not only get to understand who we're dealing with, but we also get to understand ourselves. We get to have a better understanding of the world around us and what is important. So I would say communication, because that overall encompasses all the other skills. Through the communication, you may say to me, hey, Trisha, I think you need to be better improved in X area. And I might say, no, I don't think so. And you say to me, look at how this was handled. That kind of conversation will help with one, build our relationship. One, we may disagree. However, that's also a part of communication. And it may just create that opportunity that I need to move to the next level. So I would safely say communication.
Excellent. And there's a term we use, the means of communication may be different, but the needs are the same.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
Excellent. So the videos on Keep Encouraging Yourself, the YouTube channel, what age group are they really suitable for?
Again, my videos are for early childhood to young adults.
Okay.
And interestingly, I have found older adults who have found the videos beneficial. But again, early childhood, there's a lot of talk in Jamaica about doing things at starting, getting more involved with students at early childhood level. So there's a video, for example, titled I'm a Great Kid. And it speaks about helping out at home, in so to speak, doing chores and learning to do things for yourself, developing independence. There's a video on Be a Spark. It speaks to relationship between coal and how where you are in life as it relates to the stage of the coal burning process. What the videos allow you to do is you'll air a video, whether it's with an individual or a group of students, and you'll have a conversation based on the video. In that way, now it doesn't seem as if you're attacking anyone, but what you're doing is that your conversation, now depending on the situation, is built around the video, because the videos are adaptable. But there are several types of videos there. There's career development, there's personal development, and there's professional development. So the videos on the YouTube channel is for each one and all, again, to help with the whole process of interacting with our young.
Okay, so when we look at the older group in terms of the students and that age group, how do you see them being able to get engaged and building, most importantly, the relationship building aspect So how would that work at that level?
You're referring to like primary level or high school, secondary level students?
Yeah. I guess more the secondary level now, where there's, you know, they're out in the world a bit more, maybe semi-independent.
So with that age group, there's always a generational gap in the years. Our parents, us as parents with the children, there's always a generational gap. Books being both in the printed space, the videos being in the digital space, will allow for a dialogue. Let's take, for example, the Your Dreams book. It's a values and attitude guide. What it does is that it helps to point out certain attitudes and certain values that's important, but we may not realize it. So for example, a student may feel, who's more cognizant at that age group, that it's because of maybe their address, it's maybe because of their physical features, it may be because of their financial background, why it is that they're not developing. Or a young adult may feel that's why he or she is not developing or growing in their field, when at times it's your attitude. And because you don't value yourself, you don't understand yourself, it impacts your personal and professional development. So let's look at Your Dreams. It speaks to what is referred to as right direction and wrong direction, but it's really speaking about attitude. So you'll be able to mirror yourself if you choose to be honest. And through that, you're able to better understand who you are and how you are maybe impacting or affecting your development. That book also has in it skills, organizational skills. Sometimes that's why we don't achieve. It's not because we're unable to, it's just that we're not properly organized. So in order to help these students to better grow, to better develop, to better understand themselves, developing these skills and becoming more self-aware is the aim of both books as well as videos. And I hope that answered your question.
Yes, and that's very good, because what you're really also outlining, there's the attitude element in the book, there's the aspirations, and of course the attainment at the end. What is the goal? And if you can mentor and support young people of all ages through that journey, it's really important. So in terms of my final sort of question to you would be, how would you see the whole of the diaspora movement being involved and supporting this endeavor of yours? And in a sense, how do you believe that relationship between yourself and the diaspora can add value all around? Big question, I know, but I know.
No, I just like to say to you members of the diaspora to pay close attention to the background picture and remember what you guys are missing.
That's a great start. That is absolutely, yeah. That's working from home.
What you guys are missing. That's Helsha right there for you. Just to remember what you guys are missing. So there's a starting point. Come back home. But on a serious note, as members of the diaspora like yourself and many others that I've met and many others that I hope to meet and we more likely will never meet, we all understand and realize your passion for Jamaica and Jamaicans. And you definitely have a specific passion for youth. So as members of the diaspora, what can happen is, for example, I know that you work with, don't do this, Trisha, the school in Augustown.
Yeah, primary school is our priority, yeah.
And then you have also Padmore Primary. So here we are on a digital platform. One of the things that can happen is that as you have been working closely with these schools, it gives you an opportunity to interact with the students from a distance. Another form of interaction. So one of the things that can take place is that you can do an online session with the kids using the videos. And that now helps to build that rapport and relationship with you. Even when you're overseas, it helps to build that connection. It gives you an opportunity to plant a seed in their lives in another format. As it relates to the books, if you were to even do a session online, you have a class, you wouldn't be able to do the entire school at one point, but you have a group of students, maybe one that's seen as trouble. It will allow you to, if that.
And what I like about this innovation in terms of what we're speaking about now, what that also would allow it would widen the pool of talent available to you online, but also what that could also enable those mentors who are in the diaspora, and now we're talking about the UK, USA, and Canadian regions in particular, to also broaden their understanding of some of the challenges that the young people are going through, but not only that, the contribution that they can make to the flourishing of those same young people. So this medium and the use of the technology, I think we've only just scratched the surface.
Yes, that's exactly what it does. So whether you're here or not, a Saturday afternoon, a Monday morning session, you speak with a guidance counselor, speak with the principal. It allows you guys in the diaspora to continue to be a part of the development and the changes in Jamaica that we all want to see, that we're all interested in being a part of. Yes.
Excellent. And as we move forward, in fact, the strategy over the next 7 years, because a lot of the diaspora thinking now will align with Vision 2030 National Development Plan and the National Diaspora Policy. They both have the same shared goals. And we're now starting to organize the kind of the geographical map based on 3 clusters, which in fact are the counties. So Surrey at the moment is the model county, just because of the projects in Augustown being Kingston and St Andrew, and then a project starting soon supporting Grants Pen in a primary school in St Thomas, and there's another colleague of mine who's running some projects in Portland. So we're now pooling all of the talent and starting to actually make links between the schools here in the UK. So they're no longer one-to-one, it's a cluster of schools in the UK and a cluster of schools in Jamaica, all sharing and exchanging, building relationships using the technology. So I think your work will be an important part of that, and it links in with the Community Helpers program, of course, that Dr. Lola Ramakan runs, and also the Let's Talk Under the Reggae Tree as well, with the young people who dress up in their, chosen professions with Dean Roden. So you can see how, from a technology way of working, we can distribute and share and build more value to everybody's contribution. So that's where we are now. So I really welcome your work being an integral part of that now.
Thank you. And I do look forward to working closer with you with the link between the UK as well as Jamaica. I think that's important, because what that does is exposure. And even if a child is within their community, wherever that is, it gives them exposure. And that is also crucial to their development, as well as plants a seed of hope.
Yeah, absolutely. And that widening of the individual perspective is so important. It really is.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So Trisha, before we go, tell us how people can get hold of you, the website, if they want to, get involved, if they want to support your work, if they want to do sponsorship, partnership from the diaspora.
Definitely on that one.
Tell us everything.
But my contact number is area code 876-835-2465. And I actually have 2 websites. You have keepencouragingyourself.com, which is also the name of the YouTube channel, and elijahsprints.com. But it's also easier to get to tricara.biz, because tricara.biz is a landing website. So that's TRICA sorry if I'm spelling my name, TRISHACARABIZ. And the email address is contact@elijahsprints.com.
Excellent. And thank you very much, and happy World Intellectual Property Day.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on this day. Actually, it's rather interesting because copywriting and trademarking intellectual property is very crucial to our development and protecting our work. Thank you for having me, and thank you, listeners.
Great. And again, I'd just like to commend you on what we always say, translating a great idea into economic value. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye.